Hey everybody, this is Dave with Bigfoots Observations, and I went out this morning to take a ride around looking for tracks and to show you guys this area. This is facing the west, going up on a ridge up there. There's been Bigfoot whoops and screams coming from this area. I can actually hear them from where I live, coming from this general area. Uh, Gonna pan to the left here and show you there's a lake right there. It's a pretty good sized lake. Um, there's fresh water. I also want to mention that this 2,300 acres that I have access to, which this is part of, there's no hunting allowed. So all the deer, bear, cougars. There's been black panthers spotted out here, bobcats. Um, Rare occasion you might get a mountain lion come through the area, but all the normal critters that live in the forest are all out here, so plenty of food for a Bigfoot to be snacking on. And that area to the left right there is the dam that's holding up that lake. It's nice and wet through here, so I'm looking for tracks while I'm driving. So now we're on this is the back side of the 2,300 acres. Again, there's no hunting allowed in this area within the 2,300 acres. And it's all wooded on both sides of this trail. And usually after it rains, I like to come out here and look for tracks because, like with anything, most animals want to travel the path of least resistance to get around. And plus, I like to come down through here and drive real slow and try to catch something off guard, which I was hoping would happen today, but we'll have to wait and see. This is another section of the back end of the 2,300 acres. And the roads are pretty janky here. You'd have to have a four-wheel drive or a side-by-side that's got four-wheel drive to get down most of these trails. And it looks like I'm driving fast here, but I'm really not. I think I'm only going like 3 or 4 miles an hour. While I'm filming, I'm actually looking out the window on the other side, looking for tracks. Now this is looking southwest. In this area here, There's been a lot of screams come from this direction. I've actually stopped here before and did tree knocks and got some responses from both sides of the road or the trail there. And again, it looks like I'm driving fast, but I'm really not. Amazing what a camera can do. And then off to the left right here, it goes downhill to that trail where I was just at. And there's probably about 5 blocks of nothing but dense forest in between those two trails. Now there is electricity out here because these are camping lots out here. A lot of the places have camping lots out here, and you can actually purchase the camping lots and own them. That there to the left, it goes down into a valley down through there. Coming up on top of this ridge right here. It's a good area to come and find tracks after it rains. It's also a good area to do calls from, wood knocks from, because straight ahead there and then this direction, it all goes down into a valley. So there's a lot of good travel and echo. If you had like a Fox Pro caller. This road's pretty jacked up too. Or I say road, but it's a trail. That goes down to a deep holler down in there. It's a good place to find morel mushrooms sometimes. Really having to watch where I'm going because there's deep crevices in the trail from the washout from the rain. Yeah, there's a lot of wooded area back in here. A lot of good places to do research. And there's some footprints that were found down here a couple years ago. They were 18 inches long and 8.5 inches wide. So there's a big guy that lives out here somewhere. Another trail that goes up through that way, goes to a bridge. Now we're coming down off a ridge. road's really messed up. So I'm trying to pay attention to where I'm driving and film at the same time for you guys. Alright, so this was filmed in the fall of last year. And as you can see to the right there is a big old bluff. And this is facing southwest general area. And if you was looking from my house, where I film across the street, this would be in that direction, but probably about 4 miles away. And this is again part of that 2,300 acres of no hunting allowed. We're slowly climbing this bridge here. And if I would have went to the right, we would have went to the top of that bluff, but I didn't go that way. And this again is the other side of the 2,300 acres. Backside. And this trail's really jacked up. Got like a two foot drop in the center. You'll see it here coming up. There it is. You really got to be careful what you're doing. Plus there's big old boulders, jagged boulders coming out in the trail. So yeah, in the fall I like to come out here too, because there's been footprints found out here. And it just rained, so that's the best time to go looking. It's right after it rains. Seen a lot of deer tracks and some bobcat tracks, but I didn't see any Bigfoot tracks in this area here. We're on top of the highest ridge right now on this property. And then we're gonna eventually go up here and start climbing to another part of the ridge, which is the actual highest point. And we're starting to do that climb now. But I'm not sure how how high up in elevation this is. Maybe 900 and something feet above sea level. If you would have went left, you would have just came back from the way we just came. So there's been tracks that's been found up this way. I want to say they were 16 inches in length, 4 or 5 inches wide. And I don't know the exact year those were found. I can find out though. been tree knocks and whatnot heard in this area. Been whoops and screams heard in this area. And the trail faces to the west. So we're climbing this ridge to the west. And there has been some tree structures that were found to the right. Farther down goes into a holler to the right, but there's been tree structures found down through there. Pretty significant size ones too. And you can't say a Bigfoot made them, and you can't say one didn't make them, but I don't think a human would be lifting those sized logs that are placed up in a tree. At least not without some machinery. This property is in the northeast portion of St. Francis County, bordering St. Genevieve County. Just the general area. In Missouri. We're still steadily climbing this ridge, to the top of this ridge. It'll level out here in a little bit. Alright, this is where it basically levels out at the top of this ridge. Yeah, this area in here is some really good places to look for tracks, but I didn't see any when I was driving up through here. Again, this is still part of the back part of the 2,300 acres. I want to say there's probably about 13 miles of trails, ATV trails, in this 2,300 acres. And again, this was filmed last fall. Let's say it was probably September, late September is when I started filming this. And as you can see, this trail that I'm riding on just goes for miles. You can see off in the distance the trail up ahead. And here's some drone footage pretty close to where I live, just to give a general idea of the layout. And it's all wooded. Matter of fact, that's the end of my street right there. It's a cul-de-sac. And I'm just scanning to see if I can catch anything off guard down through the canopy. There you can see just nothing but woods all around for miles. Definitely a squatchy area. Every spring and early fall, there's always Bigfoot activity in this area. And there's that big lake I was telling you about. That's a 400-acre lake. So there's plenty of water for all the wildlife out here. And then there's 6 other lakes or 5 other lakes besides that main big one in this area. As you can see, it's just all woods. I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. Hit the like button. It will help out the channel and the video. Leave me a comment with your questions or anything. Or if you had a Bigfoot sighting, subscribe to the channel for more Bigfoot research. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.